The best of Reddit November 2, 2019. World News, text editor releases, free Uyghur edition, gets swamped with Chinese spam. Top comment, it's so weird to think that we've reached the point where people, and possibly a government, feel the need to make outraged political attacks on Notepad++ of all things. In another context, that would be hilarious. For the record, I use it all the time. Good stuff. Unethical life pro tips, drive for Grubhub, DOORDASH, etc. and deliver your own orders you place to eat for free and get paid for it and possibly make profit. Top comment, how could you possibly profit from doing this? News, Antarctic Marine Park, conservationists frustrated after protection bid fails for 8th time. Top comment. Technology, Apple asks US to waive tariffs on Chinese-made watches, iPhone parts, AIRPODS. Top comment, imagine, if they don't waive the Apple products will be overpriced. Ooh, when the tariffs start? 10 years ago? He. Technology, Silicon Valley billionaires keep getting richer no matter how much money they give away, their ever-rising net worths show the problem with small ball philanthropy. Top comment. Life pro tips, if a free trial for a service asks for a card, use an old gift card. If they accept prepaid cards, you don't have to risk getting charged after the trial is over. Top comment, you can always use services that gives temporary cards. Life pro tips, throw peels in your food disposal anytime you eat citrus to freshen your disposal without wasting soap, baking soda, etc. Top comment, must be small PCS. Politics, Harris and Blumenthal demand special counsel to investigate failure to preserve evidence within DHS and ICE. Top comment, we all have to act like this sort of thing happens all the time with a reasonable explanation. There never is one. The failure to preserve evidence within DHS and ICE is because, as always, however bad lost, destroyed evidence looks, it looks better than the truth, whatever it is. And that makes me shudder. Technology, you may have to wait to borrow a new e-book from the library. Top comment, the fuck aren't digital copies meant to be reproduced infinitely? Technology, creators discovered YouTube's publicly available code displayed channels P-scores, video ratings, and more. Top comment. Technology, Brexit uncertainty looms as its leaders worry about transferring data from EU to UK. Top comment, I've been dealing with this. It's an utter pain in the ass. To resolve the issue, you just need your IT vendors to sign the EU model clauses. But pretty much all IT vendors are slow walking signing due to the repeated extensions. So it's just a never-ending project with perpetually poor metrics. Just exit or don't. Science, this sponge-like nanomaterial uses HVAC to create water from thin air. Top comment, every HVAC application makes water from thin air. Not the Onion, Kiwi holidaying in Gold Coast floods apartment in bid to get rid of sex worker. Top comment, try paying them, that usually works. Shower thoughts, you don't see how much dust is actually in the air until a bright light shines through it. Top comment, it's kinda gross really. Politics, I don't want to hang out with somebody who talks like that. Baseball ace explains why he refused White House invite. Top comment, Trump is a piece of shit. Human edit, thanks for the silver anonymous Redditor. World News, coal from 6 biggest miners in Australia produces more emissions than entire economy. Top comment, that took reading the article to pass. It's saying that the coal produced by the top 6 mines in Australia and exported produced approximately 30% more GHG emissions than all emissions from Australia. Unpopular opinion, culture on the internet is romanticizing and normalizing feeling sad and lonely and depressed, and it is an awful thing. Top comment, they have the opposite effect on me. I find them to be funny and gives me an honest laugh. Doesn't make me feel any more depressed than before, lol. Science, good-looking kids do better in school. Research finds that people whose looks are one standard deviation above average attain nearly 5 more months of schooling than an otherwise identical average-looking individual. Top comment, who would have thought self-positive reinforcement would be beneficial? Shower thoughts, dogs barking at each other through the fence is very much like people arguing on the internet. Top comment, take the fence away and suddenly everyone is more polite. Edit, for example. Politics, Nationals closer defends rejecting White House invite, I just can't do it. Top comment, good for him. World News, Japanese fisheries collapse due to pesticides, new research says. Top comment, not to mention chronic overfishing. Till about the Tetris effect, in which, after playing Tetris for a long time, your brain begins imagining and rearranging real-world objects as if they were pieces in the game. Top comment, my job involves some stacking on occasion and I have developed an awareness for fitting weird parts and boxes in a specific crate. I think my Tetris days helped. News, FTC sues multi-level marketer Neora, formerly known as Nerium, alleging it operates as an illegal pyramid scheme. Top comment, come on guys, we've been over this before. It's not an illegal pyramid scheme, it's a triangle. Science, researchers have for the first time obtained clear evidence of the important role strategies have in memory training. Training makes participants adopt various strategies to manage the task, which then affects the outcome of the training. Top comment. World News, illegal loggers kill Amazon indigenous warrior who guarded forest, wound another. Top comment, climate change is environmental racism and cases like this show why. Indigenous people everywhere are the best managers of these ecosystems because they've been doing it for millennia, but they're forced away from their homelands at gunpoint so rich people can come in and turn it all into carbon-emitting, dead matter called capital. At the potential cost of everything, for all of us. News, 3 year-old boy stabbed in Winnipeg to be taken off life support, aunt says, CBC News. Top comment, life in prison is too light a sentence for the person that did this. News, terrorist attack on northern Mali military post kills more than 50 soldiers. Top comment, not to be a dick, but it's not a terrorist attack if it targets the military. That's just guerrilla warfare. World News, leaked document reveals that Sidewalk Labs Toronto plans for private taxation, private roads, charter schools, corporate cops and judges, and punishment for people who choose privacy. Top comment, so last night I said that I wasn't going to be so dismissive of the idea that Canada would have a social credit system someday, that the Sidewalk Labs thing felt like step one. I was laughed at and called a cynic. I'm not asking for panic, just please share this around so people can understand that we're not in any way immune in Canada to this sort of frackery. Stand on guard. Shower thoughts, if you have £999,999,999, you're still just a millionaire. Top comment, depends on if you switch currencies or not. World News, testimony, White House lawyer told BINDMAN not to discuss Ukraine call. Top comment, it's a good thing he doesn't work for the White House. He works for the National Security Council and the U.S. Army. He's bound by the UCMJ. Science, soluble ABETA oligomers appear capable of attacking neurons via specific extracellular as well as intracellular synaptic proteins leading to synaptic dysfunction and loss. Top comment, this would have made so much more sense if you had mentioned Alzheimer's disease in the title. News, Airbnb bans party houses after 5 die in Halloween shooting. Top comment, correction, Airbnb puts legal language in the contract saying you can't rent a party house but, in reality, does nothing to police or control the rental of said party houses, even when receiving reports that such party houses are being rented on Airbnb. Politics, thanks to Trump, the U.S. hasn't admitted a single refugee since September. Top comment, and this is why, legal immigration, is nothing but a dog whistle. We as a country get to decide what it even means, and this is what happens when corrupt, xenophobic nationalists get to control policy. Reminder, the Trump administration's deterrent of forcible child separations with no intent to reunite was, is, and will always be _genocide_. Till Amtrak trains that are running on time stop in the tracks during full daylight savings time and wait an hour before resuming. For spring forward, the trains automatically fall behind schedule at 2 a.m. and just have to do their best to make up the time. Top comment, pretty much all trains do this, not just Amtrak. Have a good friend who worked for a company that made software for scheduling trains and crews. They just can't account for DST, so they stop. Another fun fact, crews still get hazard pay for being on a train that goes across an Indian reservation. Life pro tips: did you just have something in your head that you planned on doing but it slipped away? Retrace your previous actions to re-trigger your thought. Top comment: sometimes this works for me, but until it does I'm usually just wandering in aimless circles around the house, haha. Futurology: the disruption of augmented reality in the manufacturing industry. Top comment: technology, WhatsApp hack targeted officials in more than 20 countries. Top comment: unpopular opinion, putting me on the spot to donate to charity in line at the grocery store is kind of a dick move. Top comment: just say, no, not today, and move on. They probably hate having to ask every damn customer more than you hate being asked. Unpopular opinion, being on mobile does not excuse bad grammar. Top comment: unless you can't understand what is being said due to bad grammar and or spelling. This whole "people need to be English professors when writing on the internet" needs to stop. You're telling me you can't follow what is being said simply because someone used the wrong form of their PFFF. Science, analysis about technological tendencies, reductionism hypothesis. Top comment: life pro tips: when taking a plate of food for a potluck meal, make sure you cut the food into servings so that the host doesn't have to do it. The host will love being able to socialize more, not having to spend as much time in the kitchen with food prep, and will save cleaning as many utensils later. Top comment: any potluck I have been to, everyone usually preps their own dish, whatever that requires. You make the host do it. Science, improved global dataset uses machine learning and reveals some coastal elevations lower than previously understood. Within 30 YRS, rising sea levels could push chronic floods higher than land currently home to 300 m people. By 2100, areas now home to 200 m could fall permanently below high tide line. Top comment: it's not 300 million, it's close to a billion. Where do these people get these low numbers from? Stop lowballing on climate change already and show us the dark facts. And the biggest issue isn't even addressed: what about all the harbors? Technology, US Air Force inks deal with Raytheon on Windows 10, and other, support for arse. Top comment: hey, arse. News, frozen raspberries sold at Aldi, Rayleigh's recalled over possible hepatitis A contamination. Top comment: hope everyone's gotten the booster shots. Politics, FBI director reports that neo-Nazis are working together across the Atlantic. Top comment: there's one in the White House. Politics, the Mueller reports secret memos. Top comment: Bannon to Kushner talking about Paul Manafort 3 days before the 2016 election. They are going to try and say the Russians worked with WikiLeaks to give this victory to us. Can't let word get out he is advising us. World news, confusion reigns over U.S. plan to secure the oil in Syria as commanders await orders. Top comment: so funny to watch Americans these days, lol. Politics, Trump keeps picking unqualified people to be lifetime judges. Republicans don't care. Top comment: oh, they care. It's what this is all about, packing the courts at all costs. Politics, Tuesday's election could be a second blue wave. On November 5, voters can reject Trump and embrace criminal justice reform, rent control, and democracy in states and cities nationwide. Top comment: don't miss it. NC Democratic voters failed in the special. Shower thoughts: dreams are meant to be forgotten, otherwise you'll confuse them with memories. Top comment: this happens to me sometimes. I have dreams so vivid that I remember them as memories. This leads to confusion when I tell my wife we did such and such that never happened. Science, the Hubble constant, a mystery that keeps getting bigger. Top comment: removed. Unethical life pro tips: if you're on your phone while driving, but not texting, leave a bunch of notifications up. If you get pulled over, and the officer asks to look at your phone, it will look like you haven't been on your phone. Top comment: better yet, don't give the cop your phone. Till Alex Trebek has hosted nearly 8,000 episodes of Jeopardy! Which equals over 21 years of daily reruns. Top comment: just leaving this here, Jeopardy! Wheel of Fortune. Politics, Trump just hinted Mick Mulvaney is on his way out after he publicly admitted to a quid pro quo with Ukraine. Top comment: I guess this is one interpretation of the saying, the truth will set you free. That the Polish government in exile, formed after the Nazi and Soviet invasion in 1939, refused to recognize the Polish People's Republic until fair elections were held. They continued to have a president, PM, and a cabinet that met every week in London until 1990 when democracy was restored. Top comment, good for them. Unpopular opinion, I find long, and fake fingernails gut churningly unattractive. Top comment, Op has died from dysentery. Not the Onion, Ukraine MP, sorry, for prostitute chat in Parliament. Top comment, it would be funny if it was Kazakhstan. Politics, Trump's approval among Republicans drops 8 points since September. Top comment, the fact that his number is even that high says a lot about what kind of people call themselves Republican. Not the Onion, Alexa, did he do it? Smart device could be witness in suspicious Florida death. Top comment, okay, but another headline could be, Florida man stabs wife in chest with spear. Not the Onion, Utah 5th grade addresses as Hitler for school Halloween parade. Top comment, and of course, one of the victims of the whole thing is receiving hateful comments. Why? Humans suck. News, church shooter's widow says first retailer denied him a gun. Top comment, how is this Academy's fault? The FBI NICS database said that it was legal for him to buy a gun. It was the Air Force who failed to notify NICS. World news, oil companies must cut production by 35% to meet Paris Climate Accord numbers by 2040. Top comment, well, that's not happening. Science, an artificial intelligence program called ALPHASTAR now ranks among the top 0.2% of human players for the strategy game StarCraft 2, reported in Nature this week. The algorithm represents a major achievement for machine learning, multi-agent reinforcement learning. Top comment. News, baton attack during June protests in downtown Portland lands man in prison for nearly 6 years. Top comment, Halupovsky was identified as one of several masked, black-clothed demonstrators seen on video hitting and pepper spraying Kelly after he appeared to come to the aid of another man who'd been attacked during the protests, authorities said. They really didn't want to drop the term Antifa in there. Politics, official says ISIS leader al-Baghdadi, whimpering, and crying, before his death sounds like something Trump made up. Top comment, he lied? I'm shocked. Shocked I say, S. Technology, Russia's new disconnect from the Internet law is actually about surveillance. Top comment, Russia's new disconnect from the Internet law is actually about surveillance, no shit. Thanks for watching, listening. Don't forget to subscribe.